I couldn't travel out of the shores of this country with all the documents. And right before my eyes, I saw people lying, changing their name without swearing an affidavit just to travel. I tried my best. Up to UK, I couldn't get a visa. I could not. I tried. What is going on? I couldn't travel. Until God said to me, look at your family who has traveled. And I discovered the longest trip that has been made, my family, matana, patana, was Mecca. No, do I need Mecca? Do I need to go to Mecca? The one that was not useful to me is the one people have breakthrough. What am I doing in Mecca? So I look, and that Mecca, all of them had experiences. While they were in the air, either the plane almost crashed, they started singing Islamic song. They have elongated pronouncements, what they call testimonies of how they almost died or drowned or plane crashed. What's going on? God said to me, until you kill someone, your door will not be open. Do not pet what you should destroy. Whatever you don't terminate, you keep tolerating. And what you tolerate also, you can't terminate. Do not pet what has become a pest. Do not counsel what you are supposed to counsel. You don't pamper Satan, you hammer him. You don't manage him, you damage him. It's not for management, it's for damagement. Am I speaking to somebody here? You need to get rebelliously, volatilely angry. You need to get provoked in your spirit. I got angry and began to pray judgmental prayer. Whoever has put a limit. Have you not seen there are many? You don't understand this thing. A lady, she was working for some white people. This was in the 60s. She was working for some Lebanese and some white people that came, some colonial people, and they promised to take her abroad. They got everything for her to travel, and because she was decent amongst the others, you know, she was decent, so they took cognizance of her that we're going to help this one and take her abroad. So she now went home to tell her parents that she's going to travel. And the mother said, where are you going? He said, I'm going to the US. The parents laughed. They said, no problem. Go and sleep. Tomorrow morning we'll talk about it. In the morning, they rubbed something on their palm and put it on her head. As soon as she got back, the interest to travel abroad died. In fact, she started making mistakes. The same thing that made the men accredit her and see her as a person of honor, she started going against it. So they began to see reasons why she should not travel. To make matters worse, they traveled and left her behind. Listen to me. That lady grew up and became a multi-billionaire, very wealthy. But what was the problem? She could not leave Nigeria. All her children, blessed. She wanted to send them abroad to school, but no one could get a visa. Why? What was rubbed on her head extended to her children. Let me shock you. She was very close to Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria. She was very close to him. So Obasanjo wrote on paper, wrote on his card, gave her to take to the embassy. They bounced her. You have not had anything. Wait. Obasanjo one time went to the US. Bill Clinton was president then, and Bill Clinton called the embassy. They said, send the lady. Bill Clinton called American embassy in Nigeria, in Abuja. They said, call the lady, and gave Obasanjo his own card. Wrote in his card, this is from the president, give her a visa. She went to the embassy and they bounced her. You don't, wait till they find blood, not they take oil. I mean, president of the bounce. Do you know what I'm talking about? President wrote to an embassy. Why? It was spiritual. The person that was there just saw reasons why the lady could not travel. And that's when I see Christians who are so calm and so calculated and so gentle. It breaks my heart. Because if you are too gentle, you can never settle. If you are too casual, you become a casualty. You must get radical so you can be classical. Nothing lives until something dies. Am I talking to somebody here? They made Moses in the Bible. It was a manipulation that made Moses not to see the promised land. Since nothing was done about it, they moved and entered into the life of Elijah. It could not end before his time. Nothing was done about it. They moved and manipulated John the Baptist. That was when heaven reacted. Heaven said, we never permitted violence before. But because of this one that has happened to John the Baptist, from the day of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of God suffered violence. And the violence, the word interpreter, the pastor said the violence take it by force. The word interpreter was interpreting in pidgin. Say, pastor said the violence taken by gra gra. The violent taken by gra gra. Force and fire. You must get to that level. Am I speaking to somebody here?